Hey guys, as usual, please like and subscribe. Check out the other videos on my channel. I've got episodes 1 through 3 also reviewed, spoiler reviewed. And let's get into this. So, again, guys, the disappointment continues. This show. Anyways, so we're back in the back to tank. He lives in the back to tank. I don't know how much time a person's supposed to take in the back to tank, but this individual named Boba Fett seems to take a lot of time in the back to tank. Okay. So we're flashing back, and Boba Fett checks out Boba's palace with his bantha, and he's looking around, and he decides there's too many guards, so he plans on attacking it at some point, but not yet. This is a funny scene to me because the whole scene with him taking the throne, there was literally like 4 pigmen, and nobody there, and nobody guarding anything, and yet there's like dudes everywhere at this point, which is kind of interesting. And then he's sitting around eating or whatever with his bantha all by himself in the desert, and then he sees something getting shot or some shots or lights in the sky, and that's when we find out that ties into the Mando scene where he shoots Fennec, and so Boba Fett goes and he gets Fennec. He takes Fennec to this transhuman cyborg parlor, which is a very new agey Earth kind of thing. It's just weird. And it's basically a tattoo shop, but instead of tattoos, you get like implants and weird crap and cyborg stuff stuck on your body, like all his little like Rainbow Coalition crew people had all stuck to their bodies and stuff. So there's a bunch of more rainbow scooters outside, different colors. And what's interesting is everybody who's getting these implants happens to be human. There's not a single alien in sight. Anyways, so whatever, he goes in there and gets her fixed up. She gets these fake parts and whatever, her stomach area, wherever she got shot, a bunch of stuff. The whole scene felt totally not like Star Wars at all. The music, it was techno. The way everybody looked, talked, it honestly felt like a scene out of Hackers. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Hackers, but it's sort of an early Angelina Jolie movie about like hackers, basically, and like techno clubs and it did not feel like Star Wars at all. This scene was so out of place and so weird. Like, there's a million ways they could have done this. Like for example, in Star Wars, it would probably be a robot or a droid that would be doing the implants, something like that. It was just some dude with yellow braids. Again, it felt more modern Earth, postmodern Earth than it did Star Wars. So whoever figured this scene out, they did a crappy job as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, so then he tells her, so he's talking to Fennec around the fire. He tells her he's Boba Fett, because he tells everybody he's Boba Fett, even though he doesn't want anyone to know he's Boba Fett, but he tells everybody he can find, anyone, even droids, I'm Boba Fett. Anyway, she says, no, you're not, you're dead. And then he goes, well, I was saved by the Sand People. And then I'm like, no, you weren't saved by the Sand People. You weren't. You got out of the stupid Sarlacc pit in a dumb way, and then you crawled out of the sand, and then you got out of the sand, the Jawas took your armor, and then you were lying there half naked, and the Sand People took you as a prisoner. They imprisoned you with the intention of eating you. It's just bizarre to me that, like, John Favreau wrote most of these, and did he forget what happened in episode 1? Does he read his own writing? Doesn't make any sense, and I like John, but come on, John, like, what are you doing? Anyway, the only reason he was spared by them was because he saved one of their kids from the monster beast thing that looked like a 1940s. It was a ripoff, and he strangled him like Leia strangled Jabba. But that's the only reason he was saved. He was going to be eaten or just imprisoned for life. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I was saved by the sand. No, you weren't, man. Anyway, so him and Fennec go on this, go to get his ship finally. We're in episode 4, and he's going to go look for Slave 1 finally. Oh, wait, sorry, Firefly. It's called Firefly now because that's politically correct. Anyway, so they go to the palace, which is run by Bib Fortuna, which, again, how did he survive the sail barge blowing up, and why would any gangster let Bib Fortuna run anything? He's just a bumbling assistant who falls for Jedi mind tricks, yada, 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 but, of course, fan service. And look, it's Bib, everybody get excited, Bib, yay! So they get to his ship, they get through a bunch of dudes, and for some reason, Fett feels the need to hold up a robot bunny and say, do you know who I am? All Batman Begins style. I am Boba Fett. You gotta tell everybody. It's so cheese. It just felt like Batman Begins, just like I'm Batman. I'm Boba Fett, and it's he's saying this to this droid bunny thing. Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Oh, the show just continues. The snowball is rolling down the hill, and folks, and it's getting big. And then Boba tries to fly the ship out, but he's hitting everything, and he sucks at flying his own ship. Because this is Jake Fett, this is not Boba Fett. Just like it's Jake Skywalker in The Last Jedi, not Luke Skywalker. This is Jake Fett. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's just so dumb. And then inside the ship, Boba says he'll to Fennec. She suggests getting it fixed by so and so or whatever, and he says, "No, I'll maintain the ship myself because there's an advantage to people thinking you're dead." And it's like, bro, you're telling everybody who you are. Everyone you see, I'm Boba Fett. I am Boba Fett. I'm Boba Fett. I'm Boba Fett. Like, dude, if you cared about that, why would you be telling everybody this all the time? Like, who wrote this? This makes no sense. And then they shoot up. Then he approaches the hockey stick logo Marauder guys as they're on their little really awkward speeders with dudes behind dudes, and it's weird. It just doesn't look gangsterish at all. But anyways, and then he shoots those dudes all up with Slave One, and then he goes back to the Sarlacc to get his armor. You're like, did you forget, bro, that you escaped with your armor on? Like, do you not remember doing that? And, like, did you not remember your heavy armor was on you while you're crawling up through sand, which completely defies physics, but whatever, you didn't notice that? And again, it was also, we could get this, another stupid Sarlacc gimmick shot. And so he's over the Sarlacc and he's shooting lights down and he's trying to see. Like, what are you going to see, bro? It's like a 1,000-mile long worm where you're digested over 1,000 years. Like, what are you doing? Anyways, again, just fan service, Sarlacc. Yay, I care about the Sarlacc. No, I don't. But anyways. And the Sarlacc grabs his ship and starts pulling it in. And then he drops a size, or he doesn't even do it. Fennec unbuckles, pushes the button, and gets a seismic charge to flop in there. And then the stupid Sarlacc thing eats it. The one that George added, the worm with the mouth and everything, that was unnecessary. But anyway, he eats it. So that's it. So it blows up. So I guess the Sarlacc is now officially dead, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll do another scene with the Sarlacc, right? Nobody's ever really gone, right? All these people from the stupid cantina singers are alive, or the piano player's alive. Bib Fortuna's alive. Maybe the Sarlacc will just stay alive, right? Because God knows we can't write anything new. So if we ever need it again, we're going to bring back the Sarlacc. The whole back to tank thing makes no sense. It's like he's fit enough to run, fight, catch food, do all these things, but then still every day he needs his back to tank. It's like, what is this back to? Like, again, fan service. Luke went into the tank for a day after almost freezing to death. And he never went back in there. It's not like he was in there every single day. And he wasn't catching food or doing anything before he went in there. He was screwed. He was almost dead. It's just dumb. It's like they're playing off your emotions, people. Anyways, so I'm very disappointed in John and his writing with this. But anyway, so Boba decides to go to town, and he goes to the bar where the Wookiee guy is. Wookiee guy's there, the big burly Wookiee guy, and he beats up a bunch of guys because they're winning money, and it's making him mad. He's watching them win money at the gambling table, so he just kicks the crap out of all these guys. And then, of course, at the very end, he's been talked down now by the Jen Beale character, or whatever, the owner of the bar. But one last thing, he's got to rip the arm off of the guy, because that's what Wookiees do. They rip arms off. So we're going to rip an arm off. It's so stupid. This is the most fan servicey. But, like, this show didn't even do fan service in like a mediocre way where you could accept it. It's like so lowbrow, garbagey, B-movie. This is so bad. Even for fan service, this is really pathetic and bad. But anyways, so he rips the arm off. Look, a Wookiee ripped an arm off. Yay. Like, it's just so dumb. So then Fett hires him. Which, okay, but I mean, you know, there was a time when Boba Fett used to wear the braids of all the Wookiees he killed on his armor, and now this dude's working for him, I guess. And so when he has this meeting with all these, high profile, families from the area he's controlling or whatever, I guess he doesn't control all the area they're in, but whatever. The Wookiee's there as his bodyguard or whatever. It's like, the guy knows who Boba Fett is. He knows he's killed Wookiees. Like, what is this? Again, it's just dumb. It's lazy. This is like really bad writing. And anyway, so then Fett meets all these families and they agree to remain neutral. First, he wanted them to join him to go after the drug runner guys. And then they were all like, no, we profit off of those drugs. And you're like, well, duh. And you're sitting there like, Boba Fett, like, what do you think? Why do you think these guys don't care that these guys have been running through their areas this whole time? Because they're profiting off of it, you idiot. You're an idiot, and they just don't give you any money because you're just this homeless guy who's with a bunch of sand people, and they killed all the sand people because you happen not to be there. You should be dead too. They all are profiting off of these drugs. Who's probably the controlling person, as I said, is going to be Darth Maul. Like, it's so predictable. It's so lame. It's so boring. And that's it, I guess, is they agree instead of to going against Boba Fett if he goes against the drug guys to remain neutral, which of course is bullcrap because if they're going to be profiting off of it, they're not going to remain neutral. And if Boba Fett's that dumb, which in this show he has been an idiot, he's going to fall for it. Anyway, this show sucks, and this is just another crappy episode, and it's very disappointing. And John, I don't know if you're just overworked, bro, but you need to not be writing. You get some people that know what they're doing to write a show like this. I mean, oh, Lord, help us. Anyways, like and subscribe. Have a good day.